Let everyone know who you are, what you're all about, and what you got going on in your life.
Okay. Damn, you sound like Sean Evans.
I do
Tell us
watch
what
a
you
lot
got
of
going
hot
on in your
ones.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good show. But yeah, I go by MMX VII, which is 2017 in Roman numerals. But most people just call me 17. If you feel ever so inclined, you can call me Nolan as well. That's my actual name, but most people just call me 17 for short. I make music. I'm a content creator. And I am doing it full time, surprisingly, despite the numbers you may see. So that'll lead to some interesting topics today. I'm sure of it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn, I didn't know you were doing it full time too. But I guess the first things I noticed of you, I mean, first I saw one of your videos, and I watched a couple more. Like YouTube just recommended them, and then I looked up your music, and I was like, oh, you actually have good music, and you got people listening to it. It's not like I didn't go on there and see like 10 monthly listeners. Like you have like tens of thousands, I believe. I forget what the number was. Well,
I think it's sitting around like 25,000 right now, which is pretty nice.
It is pretty nice. And you kind of came out of nowhere. Like you've grown relatively fast in terms of like the YouTube game, which is cool. But so I think there's a few things we can talk about. Obviously, there's the whole Spotify and the music streaming marketing thing and the YouTube growth. What would you like to start with?
We could. Well, I started doing music first, so we could start with music if you wanted.
Yeah. What's been your music journey in life?
Okay, so I guess it kind of starts back when I did design. So in 2014, when I got in grade 9, on the first day I met somebody. His name's Iotis. You might be able to find him under Iotis or Iotis World on like all platforms. And he had just started doing graphic design in the COD community. It's like doing headers and AVIs and stuff like that. And when I met him, we like started hanging out. I went to his house and he's like, yo, so I do this thing called graphic design. You want to see what I do? And so I was like, sure. I checked it out, and I was already really artistic doing like, you know, realism pencil art, and I actually got pretty good at it. But then I thought this was super cool because I loved like digital design and stuff, and I saw it on like Instagram and Twitter, but I never like really considered it as like a career path. Then he showed me, and I was like, yo, this is super cool. Like, show me how to do this. So then he gave me the basics. My parents bought me Photoshop for like an early birthday present, and then I started just grinding my ass off in Photoshop, and that became like my huge passion for a really long time, like so much so that I went to school for it.
Nice.
And then in 2017, which I guess can lead to my name, I ended up like I was considering doing music like before 2017, but 2017 rolled around, and my girlfriend's best friend, who is also a close friend of mine, we ended up losing him to suicide. And so that was like a really tough time. The whole like we're from a very small town, like 20,000 people in the whole county, and like everything's like the nearest city is like an hour and a half away. So very isolated, and it was like a huge striking incident on the town for sure. Following that, 8 other people of varying ages, high school students, adults, ended up committing suicide the same year.
What the hell?
And so
that's that's crazy.
I know. And it was like a very tough year. You know, it brought the ones who were closer, it brought those who were further away, pushed them even further. Like there was like way more separation between people, but then, you know, the tight knit groups became closer. And I was like, you know what? He wanted to do music, and I've been wanting to do music for a really long time. I'm gonna like lead that legacy for him and like run with this. I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna stick to my roots of wanting to do something I enjoy for the rest of my life. Because you know, when you lose somebody to any incident, but like suicide yet alone at such a young age, it's like like I don't know how long my life is gonna be. So like I can't care about my retirement so heavily, or like making a 6 figures by the time I'm 30 or something. Like I just want to be able to survive comfortably in whatever bracket that is, doing something I enjoy, because I don't think it'll make much of a difference on my mental health if I'm making 50 or 250K a year, as long as I'm doing something I like. So I started doing music, and that kind of took over. And then I graduated school, burnt out of design, and here we are.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's heavy stuff. That's crazy how after like in that 1 year, all those other people kind of went the same way. Like that's like almost spooky,
Yeah,
you know?
I know, it's wild.
Yeah. Well, on a I guess a brighter note, like when did you start like actually I guess trying to get people to hear your music, and what was the journey with that? So like obviously at some point you start making music, and then you start figuring out how to record your music, and then at another point you realize no one's listening to it, and then you got to figure out how to promote it. So what was that journey like, and like what have you tried that failed? What have you tried that worked?
Okay, so I'd say for the first 2 years, I didn't really focus on promotion. The first year was definitely just me like trying to figure out how to record. The first song that I ever recorded, I recorded the audio into Audacity. I mean, everyone starts there, but I had no idea, like my brain must have been so scattered to not even realize that it was an audio editing program, because I just recorded it into it, exported it, and I was like, I know how to edit a bit of audio with effects in Adobe After Effects. So I put my audio in there on a black screen, and I used the bass and treble and reverb plugins, like just minorly.
Wow.
And then I posted the song as is. And I was like using MP3 converters to like turn the MP4 into an MP3. And then I put it up, and I did that for like 3 releases. And then I decided, okay, I should probably look up a tutorial how to record. And I started using Audacity like a little bit. My friends also got into making music around the same time, so we were all using Audacity and like just using the crappy plugins that it has, just making it work, I guess. I went from recording on whatever, like I started using a $30 Wish mic at my house, and then I went to using a Zoom mic that you use for videography that my friend had. Like it was just doing whatever just to make a song. And so that was like the first year. Second year, I kind of got a bit of a grip. I figured out what like pop filters were. I bought like a decent microphone for myself. I don't remember what it was. It was a blue, I think it was just a Snowball or something, which like was better than what I was using, but obviously not good. And then I was recording on that for a bit. And then of course I was in college at some point, and I started making songs that I'm like, okay, I know how to actually kind of do this. Like I'm figuring out flows. I got auto-tune. I'm using Adobe Audition at this point now, because I had the Creative Suite for school. And that was the only audio editing program that was like a pay-for program that I had access to. So I just started using it, and I still use it to this day.
Oh, you make all of your music in Adobe Audition?
For the most part, yeah.
That's impressive, honestly, because that's not like it's technically a DAW, but I don't think it's made for making music. Like I think it's more for dialogue, right?
Yes, 100%. But on the contrary, the recording, I use FL Studio. Like I have the full edition now too. Okay. But I record everything in there and then do my bass vocal chain. I don't really do any effects or my masters in there. It's just the recording process in FL sucks so bad.
Yeah,
like
I
hate it. So I just record into there and then do like the bass stuff and then move it over for like glitch effects or, panning automation, stuff like that. Cause it's way smoother.
Right. Damn, you should get, do you use a Mac or do you use Windows?
I use Windows. Yeah. I got a custom build.
I'm gonna say, Logic is like fantastic and super cheap.
Right.
I use Ableton and Logic. I do like all my productions, all my like electronic productions in Ableton, and then all my metal work and rock work in Logic, but then all my vocals are in Logic because the comping features and the flex features are like phenomenal. And Ableton, they kind of are trash for vocal recording in particular. But that's crazy, man, that you do Audition with a little bit of Premiere. It's wild. I've never heard of anyone doing it like that.
Right.
So do you do all of your own productions, or do you like ever work with anyone else for the instrumental side? Is it like 100% you from scratch every time?
No. So I started with YouTube beats, and I used those for a really long time. Just the free ones. I'd buy like the MP3 lease and just go with that. Okay. Then this producer who I work with consistently, he lives in France now, so he's asleep, but I'm sure he'd be here. His name's Beats by Luke, and him and I are like, we're literally like this. We make almost every track together now. We have so much in the vault that's like coming out this year, and like I'll go on YouTube still, record over some beats, send him acapellas, and then he'll produce like a personalized beat for it using like, you know, licensed loops and whatever. So like I actually have the exclusive to the song. I don't have to pay for release. We do like 50-50 splits on everything. And so I finally got this nice like interconnected circle of like artists and producers that you know, actually want to do that and like grow together. So it's huge. I feel like I've finally perfected like a nice workflow that's good legally and financially.
So when it comes to the getting music heard aspect of it, what have you found to be the most like beneficial in growing your audience?
Okay, so you talk a lot about Facebook ads, and I love that because I think they're extremely powerful. Any type of marketing, like if you were to do Google ads for like music videos and stuff like that, like I feel like they've got such a major reach, like that's their whole thing. So I think that's a major one, but I don't invest enough into it. So for me, it's a funny story because when I started like trying to figure out how to promote, I heard that Spotify playlisting was where it was at. And so I learned how to pitch to like official curators, but then I also knew like, oh, people sell placements on, you know, their own playlist, but I had little to no understanding about like bot plays or anything. So at this point, I had a few connections with people like other artists that had used playlisting companies. So I used one of them and I said, hey, if I were to do all your playlist cover designs and like graphic design for your Instagram and social medias and stuff in exchange for promotion, would you be down for that? And they're like, yeah. So I essentially got free promo for like 8 months from this company. And their playlist didn't have like overwhelming amounts of followers. It was like 10 to 20,000, which I mean, if you market them properly, like that's beyond reasonable. But I didn't understand like the listener to stream ratio or anything like that. But they were putting my songs on whatever I wanted and just leaving them there as so long as I was doing design. So I think I ended up dropping my album Woke Up Different. And I was like, this song Woke Up is going to get like 1 million streams. Like this shit is like, I feel like I finally hit some sort of peak in my career here. And it's going to do really well. So I made sure that they prioritized that one. And that one probably got about 150,000 bot streams from them. And I had learned a lot in this time of like promoting my album about like bot streams from other people's videos, articles that I was reading. And I was like looking at my things and it was like for every one listener, there was one stream. And like I would get 10,000 streams and 10,000 listeners. And I was like, wow, all of these playlists are fake. But at the time, it initialized the algorithm for me. And so I've been in Discover Weekly getting 50,000 streams on that song a month since then. And that song dropped in February of 2020.
So you accidentally promoted your music with bots, but it actually helped you.
Yes. So
that's crazy.
A huge portion of my real streams are from an accidental bot playlist company.
So I've seen people hire companies that, you know, claim they're doing everything legit. And then after they get on the playlist, they see all this super sketchy data, like horrible save rates, horrible listen rates. And then I've seen those people have issues where they never get a fans also like section. And like their followers are kind of dead when they might have like 5,000 followers, but when their song comes out, they get like no streams from Release Radar. And so like they're like almost in a panic mode because like they feel like they've screwed their Spotify profile over. I've never heard of anyone who's done that and then actually had something good come from it.
I know. It's actually wild. Like it hasn't stopped. Like I get like so many streams from that playlist. Like I put out way better music. I've promoted more. I've gotten like way more like money put into organic traffic and time and everything. And it's like that one song is the only one hitting Discover Weekly consistently, which kind of bothers me, but I mean, like I can't complain.
Right. Yeah. The Discover Weekly thing can be interesting because like, for example, my song Chains is always like, it's probably responsible for half my streams. You know, I've gotten like 2.5 million, like 2.7 million streams total on Spotify, and over 1 million are from Chains. And I'm still proud of the song, but like I'm way more proud of the like 7 songs I did after that, because I think as artists we're always, you know, most recent thing you do is the best thing we do, right?
Yeah.
But I guess the market just disagrees, right? Like it's, or I mean, it could be the case once a song gets rolling, the algorithms just keep pushing it. But it is kind of frustrating sometimes when you drop a song and you're like, this one's the best thing I've ever done. It gets on Discover Weekly, but then it just kind of, kind of peters to its death like a couple months later. So I'm sure you feel the same way. The song you accidentally promoted is now your freaking jam at the moment.
Yeah. It's annoying, but I can't complain really, because I do think the song is good in the concept of it. I've gotten so much better at mixing, and I could have gotten a better beat or better production behind it. So it kind of just bothers me that my stuff sounds better. Not necessarily that like the styles are changing or something. Like, I understand that I'll do like a more pop thing now versus that was like pretty much all hard stuff. And so people aren't going to gravitate to that if they liked Woke Up. Yeah. So that makes sense to me, why they might try to like put it in Discover Weekly or something for a bit, and then it doesn't really do so well. Because it's like they're trying to do it towards, I assume, the same people that enjoyed Woke Up, right? Like that would make sense. So it's not their style, so they don't really recognize or mess with it. So to me, that makes sense. And I feel like that just takes time to like, garner your audience that's actually going to care for every piece. But
I found it to be, I don't know if Spotify does stuff like that, where if one of your songs is doing really well, when the next song gets released, like a Discover Weekly or algorithmic push, that it pushes similar people to your previous ones. Because I drop very different like styles of music regularly. Like Chains is very poppy and like almost Chainsmokers-y. That's why it's called, originally that's why it was nicknamed Chains, because I wrote it to purposely sound like the Chainsmokers. And then Jarrett just made, that's the only song that I've done in a while that I'm not doing vocals. He just made the lyrics focus around the idea of like chains and his story behind it. So it was every time I write a song, I give it a bogus name, like a working title, and he just made the working title the real title by writing a story around it.
Nice.
But with that one, it's very like Chainsmokers. And then my other song that does the best in Discover Weekly is more like Linkin Park merged with Lil Nas X, is how I normally think of it. Like, that's what I was going for when I wrote it. It's my song Socialize. Like, is like a guitar riff that leads the song with hip hop drums, and it's like singing, but there's kind of pseudo rapping, and there's a scream in the chorus, so it's like it's a lot different from Chains. And they both push really well on Discover Weekly, despite being completely different songs for completely different people. So
interesting.
I don't know, like if what you were saying were like because of that song, if like when your new song gets pushed out, that people are like, oh, I don't like this because it doesn't sound like that. Like I'm not 100% sure if how Spotify determines that.
Right. No, that's fair. I have no clue. That was kind of a guess.
Yeah. I mean, same with me. I have no proof. That's just my experience.
Right.
Yeah. So you did that playlist thing. What have you done? Like on your channel, you have a bunch of videos. And by the way, if anyone here that's watching hasn't seen Nolan's channel or 17's channel, whatever you want to call it, then go check it out. I think I put a link in the description, but if you click the link in this video, it says like chatting with MMXVI. Just click the title; it'll take you to his channel. After the stream, of course, make sure you stay to the stream. But he has a bunch of videos testing out different music marketing stuff you've tried. You've tried like repost exchange. You've tried changing your gamer tag. you've done Facebook ads. You've done, I think, playlisting services. So ever since that moment, I guess what's been like the worst experience?
Playlist push by far. Holy, if you want the full summary, definitely watch the video. But people were like, yo, I was like, at the end of one video, like I just decided to say, like, I'd never done this, but I do it in like most of my videos now. I was like, give me any ideas of like websites you guys want me to like spend money on, because like I have a bit of it that I can spend and try out and just like see if it works. It's a good write-off for me. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Then you guys get the knowledge. It's like a win-win in every situation, right?
Yeah.
So everyone was like spamming playlist push. I did a poll and everyone's like playlist push, and I was like, okay. So I tried it out, and their minimum, I think you have to pay.
I think the minimum is 300.
Yeah, it was like it came to like 292 US. So for me that was like
Oh,
380 Canadian.
yeah, you guys get screwed in that conversion rate. I've seen it.
I know, I know. And most of my audience is in the US too. So I like pretty much always operate in like USD
Yeah.
for the conversion. So it's nice on my end, but then also like I was doing like prize giveaways and stuff. So there's no like fees, like the conversion fees take a lot. Like it's so annoying. So
Yeah.
I do everything in USD for that reason. But yeah, so I tried out Playlist Push and paid their stupid upfront fee. And I forget how many streams I got, but it was only like a couple of thousand. And I did calculations on like how much cost per stream it was, and it was like over $1. And it was like,
Yeah.
it was a nightmare, man. And yeah, so I hate that brand, man. That was the worst one. I feel like I want that money back more than I care about the video, to be honest. So.
Yeah. I used them in 2019. Back when in 2019, I tested out any music service I could find. Like, and if I found a company that did music marketing, I hired them and paid the money and tried it out. and so I tried out almost every playlist service that at least existed at that time. There's a lot more now. And I tried Playlist Push, and I think I did $350, and I think I got added to 2 playlists that I got kicked off like 2 weeks to 4 weeks later, and I got relatively small streams, no meaningful growth in followers, saves, whatever. And I've known so many people that have done similar campaigns. It's been the same case. Now, I will say I'm working on a video now where I'm getting an older song and testing out, putting it through like a pretty sizable Playlist Push and Submit Hub campaign, just to see like how that compares. I thought it'd be a cool video. And it's doing way better this time. So I will say, like, I did a bigger campaign. I did like a $570 campaign on Playlist Push, but I think it's been added. I think it's being pitched to 65 playlists. It's been added to like 9 or 10 playlists, sizable playlists, in like good slots, like number 1 in some of the slots.
Nice.
The streams haven't been fantastic, but the thing is, I'm not sure, like, I think the conclusion of that video is going to be if I just spend that $600 in Facebook ads, like, because the save rate's atrocious. Like, I see the listeners and the streams coming in, but the saves are just like nothing. And so I don't know. That's coming up in like the next month. I'll have that video, but I agree.
Excited for that one. Holy, yeah, that's so annoying.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's so like. So I'm a curator on Playlist Push as well.
Nice.
And Submit Hub. On the back end, it's exactly the same for both service. The only difference is Playlist Push pays me 3 to 5 times more. That's the only difference. So it's like when people ask me, should I use Playlist Push? I'm like, just use Submit Hub. Because it's like you get more control, it's cheaper. It's good to be a curator on Playlist Push because you get paid way more per song, but it's kind of like, I don't know. They gave me an affiliate link, and I don't think I'll ever share it because I don't want anyone to actually use their service.
Right. Just want the little payouts for the pitches or whatever. Yeah, that's smart. I actually submitted a couple of my Spotify playlists for Submit Hub to try to be a curator. They like rejected me or whatever, and then like you can come back like 60 days later or something. Yeah. And I did that like 2 weeks ago, and they rejected me again, and I'm like, okay, guess I'm not done with this.
They're a lot more picky in general on Submit Hub, especially with playlisters. I think if you were an influencer on like Instagram or TikTok, you would get accepted in like a second. That's what it's like whatever they're looking for at the time is like they'll open the floodgates. But if they're not looking for more Spotify, they'll be like super picky. Because I've heard of a few other people grow pretty engaged playlists and get rejected. So it's unfortunate.
Interesting. Yeah.
But for artists out there, the fact that Submit Hub's pickier is a good sign, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to me, one of the greatest things for me has been just promoting my own playlists. Like, that has helped me like a lot. Like, not in the sense that it's like it gets me so many streams, but it's that I know I always have this little reliable asset that's like constantly growing, and people are using it. Like, I have a no copyright Twitch playlist. So it's like all copyright free music that people can use. And then another one that's just like it's Discover Weekly ... but it's actually good because I know my Discover Weekly ends up getting filled with like 60% garbage, and I just don't like any of it. So I go through my own, put in what I want. People from my streams that come out, I like throw their music in these, and then each week I update it, and it's actually got like good quality music in it every week. And I had that named as a different playlist a long time ago, and I put like $200 into promo. It got like 400 followers, and then I didn't pay for any promotion since, and it's now sitting at like almost 1,200 followers, and it's just grown in the last like month and a half, 2 months, organically somehow. Might be from people searching. I have no idea how they're finding it, but it's like growing consistently, and it's getting more streams in my no copyright Twitch playlist, which has more followers at the moment. So yeah, like it's interesting, and I think those are something I would like definitely consider putting more money towards, because you know, you put money towards the one song for promoting it, it's great, definitely going to be helpful if you can do both, but I feel like promoting that asset is great for me and all the artists that are involved, because I kind of have like some artist friends and stuff that I want like put on too. So I don't know, I think that's a good route.
Yeah, I think every artist should have playlists as well. I found it helpful to have some. I mean, I have a ton of playlists just because of the whole, like, back in 2019 when I got burnt enough times of doing playlist services, I was like, I'm just going to grow my own network of playlists, and that way I can promote my own stuff. And so now I have like 25,000 playlist followers because of that. But for most people, I wouldn't do that. I would probably make a few playlists like you have, like no copyright and like, you know, discover weekly, but it's good kind of thing. Like, and definitely like a This Is playlist. So I have like This Is Andrew Southworth. And so I'm sure you have a This Is MMXVII.
Ironically, I haven't made that yet. I definitely should.
What I do is like my artist pick is always just that playlist. So it's kind of like a best of album in a way. So I put like my most popular and newest songs at the top of it. And then I found that to be useful to have. It's cool. It's like just all my music. So if I'm like sharing someone new to my music just organically, I'll send them that playlist so they can kind of, you know, check out the whole gambit.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely should do that. I feel like I thought of the idea before, but I also just thought to myself, I'm like, well, if they're going to go to my page, they'll listen to it. But I guess if you're sharing it to somebody, I mean, it makes sense, because then you can like kind of direct them in this, they're like, you want them to hear this song first type deal. Right. So,
well, if they're on the free plan of Spotify, they can't listen to any song they want on your profile. But if...
What?
Yeah, if you have a free Spotify account and you're on a cell phone, you can't listen to any song you want.
Wait, how does it work?
So you can, if you go to someone's profile, you can play their artist radio, which mixes the artist music with related artist music, or you can shuffle any playlist. So if you have a playlist pinned in your profile, you can click the artist playlist and shuffle the playlist. So if it's all your music, you know they're listening to your music.
Okay, I'm making one of those right after this stream then, because I had no idea that was a thing. I get quite a bit of like decent streams in radio / I forget what the other one's called, Daily Mix. Yeah,
and so that's, I think that's one of the most common reasons why people get radio streams, is people on a free plan of Spotify on a phone, where like they want to hear your music, but they can't just pick any song they want, so they just click radio. Also, like if you're a related artist, if they pick that artist's radio, you might come up in it too. So there's like a few ways, but that's one reason why with Facebook ads, usually there's a 50% drop off between conversions and listeners. Because roughly half of Spotify's audience or user base is on the free plan. So if you send them to a song, they'll normally just bail.
Damn.
So sometimes sending people to a playlist can make sense for that reason. But and then Martin Blasick says, it's true. I was so confused on free Spotify on phone. Paid account now.
That must be new, because I used to use Spotify for free. And it was just like they threw ads in between like every 2 songs or something.
On a phone though? We're using it on a cell phone for free?
Yeah. Yeah, I swear there was, I don't think it was always like that.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Or maybe it was like you could save the album and I could like play an album. I don't remember how it went, but
I've had Spotify since when I was in college, I think 10 years ago or something.
Sheesh.
I'm 30 now, so it's I think I got it like 10 years ago or so. And I don't remember. I don't know. I've been paying for it, I think, most of that whole time. So I don't know. There was a student discount back in the day, so I just grabbed, it was like $2 or $3 a month or something stupid, something super cheap.
Right.
But yeah, Cave says MMX VII is my spirit animal.
That's my boy. He lives right near me. We're like best friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good. So this isn't like a creepy stalker situation. We're not gonna have to get you a new name and move you out of the country.
No. Hi, Caves. Appreciate you coming through, brother.
Yeah. So I guess let's chat some about YouTube, because you've only been doing YouTube videos for what, like a year and a half or something?
We're reaching 2 years soon, I think, here. A couple months, yeah.
And you're already at I have your YouTube channel open. So you're at roughly 6,500 subscribers, which is pretty killer for less than 2 years, honestly. Like, a lot of people, when they ask me, like, how much, like, you know, if I'm doing this plan on YouTube, how much can I grow in a year? I'll normally say, if you hit 1,000 in your first year, you're doing great. And you got 6,500 after 2 years. So, like, I think part of the reason why you make dope thumbnails. Your thumbnails are phenomenal.
Appreciate it.
Like, I was looking at your thumbnails the other day and trying to, like, get inspiration to up my thumbnail game. So I'm guessing that's the graphic designer in you.
I tell this to people all the time. Graphic design, like, though I was burnt out after school, like, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. If I have any ideas for anything, I can make it. And it's like, make it nice too. It's not like, you know, I kind of have to like watch a tutorial or anything. No shade to people who do, but it's just like, it's great because I can personalize everything really quickly. And so most things you'll see from me are like very consistent in design and style. And I'm just really proud of that. So yeah.
Well, good. I'm apparently it's showing off because I noticed it. So it's
cheers.
I'm gonna have to hire you to do my thumbnails.
I thought about offering it to you, but like I was literally like, I saw your thumbnails. I was like, man, this guy makes really good videos, but he won't respond to me. He's pretty big. He's doing a lot of stuff, and like,
Whoa.
I don't know, like I would definitely make you some thumbnails, or at least a template. Like if you want, like I could definitely help with that for sure.
Hell yeah, man! After the call, let's chat about this.
For sure.
Because you know, like I can use Photoshop, and I can get what I want done roughly, but it's like, I'm not a professional in Photoshop, you know, so it's, and I've been doing little things to improve the thumbnails, but like I look at yours and there's like the color scheme, like the facial expressions, how everything's super readable. You do a really good job of it. But so anyways, we'll talk about that after this call. But what's been like your experience with YouTube? Like, how was the journey for that? Go on.
So I was originally just using the channel for my music, and I dropped an album called Round 2 on this thing. And then I ended up like using the same free loop from Looperman as some other artist that I was friends with. And then we both happened to drop our albums on the same day. I listened through his, thought it was dope. I was like, oh, he used the same loop as me. He listened through mine, decided he was going to have a spaz attack, and then tried to expose me that, like, you know, I stole his beat, or like he sent the beat to one of my other friends that like we're friends with together or whatever, mutual friends, and he sent me the beat and I stole it and used it. And then I made this diss track on him just for fun, because like my friend Iotis that I was mentioning before that like taught me design, we were living together at this point, and he like woke me up at like 1 a.m. He's like, yo, 99 AP is friggin' calling you out right now, like trying to expose you. And I was like, he's like, you're gonna want, like, I'd want you to wake me up if this was happening. And I woke up and I was like, yo, like, what? And so I like try to message him, and he's like, yo, shut the whatever. And like he just goes off in the DMs. Like you can envision how a little kid response would be. And then whatever. So of course I don't take my stuff down because it's a free loop. And then I make this diss track. Like I just sit up because I can't sleep now. I just record this whole diss track on him. I go to work, come back the next day. We record this one-shot music video. I send the music video clips off to a videographer who was doing actually his videos. And then it was supposed to be a little scheme to like try to take my music off a little bit, because he's like, I'll edit it for you, and then like I'll bring it to him and be like, yo, like he made this diss track, like you got to respond. And then he's like, I'll make the video and like whatever. And it was supposed to be like this little mini beef buzz, but then he decided he wasn't going to respond. Like he just like blocked me on a bunch of stuff, and like it didn't go anywhere, but people loved that diss track. And they're from London, Ontario. So like 2.5, 3 hours from where I am. And so all of the, like, I have a ton of friends out there, and they were all like they would be in like his collective group of friends and like rag on him forever to try to get onto it. It's like, yo, and they'd be like singing his bars, like, or singing my bars, and then they like throw the music video up on a projector while they're like working on other stuff. Like, it was so funny. I like hearing all these stories. I was like, let's go. Like, this guy wimped out of a diss track because he like found out it was a free loop, and I was like, oh, this is great. So
I don't understand, like if you're using free loops on the internet, you should have like zero expectation of exclusivity. Like, that's,
well, the thing
is
is
crazy.
The thing is, he doesn't do his own production. He got a producer friend who happened to use the same loop as me, and like it was just ironic. Like, it was big coincidence. So I put that up, and it got like 1,000 views or something, and people were like rocking with it. So I was like, oh, let's put some more stuff out on YouTube. I just thought I would do it. I'd already grown like a YouTube channel before under my artist name. Like, I used to go under Neon Rain GFX when I was doing graphic design, and then I switched to Made by Nolan, which isn't a YouTube channel anymore, but I still have like my portfolio and everything up. So if you ever search that up, that's also me. But yeah, so I was like, let's do some more YouTube videos, because I kind of have an idea of like how to do thumbnails and whatever now. So Fiverr videos were starting to take off. So I did like a Fiverr video thing. I wanted to promote my music. So I spent $50 on music promotion for Apple Music, because I knew a lot of people were doing Spotify promo, and I was like, is there a way to promote on Apple Music? So I looked up playlist promo for Apple Music. There was a couple of gigs. I bought them, shared my results. It was only like a couple hundred extra streams. But I mean, I don't know if there's algorithmic playlists there or anything, but I still get like a decent amount of streams. Yeah, so I think it triggered a little something there on the same song that actually kind of took off on Spotify, ironically. Yeah. And so I put out that video, and it just took off. Like, it got like 10,000 streams in like the first week or 2 weeks or something, or 10,000 views, sorry. Yeah. And I was like, oh, word, let's go. So I know one other thing, how to promote on Instagram. I just learned this promo technique. Let's do that. So I followed up the video with an Instagram promo video, and it got even more streams. I'm pretty sure, or more views. I think it has more views right now still. It's like one of my first 2 videos on the channel.
Here's how I promote my music on Instagram. 15,000 views 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yes. So does that have more than the one before it?
No, the one before, I spent $50 on Fiverr. Apple has 20,000.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they kind of went back and forth. Like, they still are like some of my top performing videos to date. So it's pretty funny. So anyway, so I put out those videos, and I was like, wow, YouTube is gonna bless me. So I got 1,000 subscribers in about like a month and a half, and I was like, word, let's go. So I just started following it up with more and more videos. I guess this is the way to go. The whole Bovid hit, and then we started getting the CERB checks here in Canada, where it was $2,000 a month. So I just
they gave you guys $2,000 a month.
I know. The US was
man, guys, we're getting screwed over here. Jesus,
you have been. It was crazy. Ironically, this is a different topic, but just like I'll lightly touch on it. We have like all American politics and television. Like, we know everything about America, but it seems like America knows nothing about everywhere else. It's so weird. Like, we have a law here that stops people from broadcasting too much American content. Like, we have to have a specific set percentage of Canadian content, and it's something Broadcasting Act. And so,
the only reason I know anything about Canada is because I have a few clients and friends that are from Canada. So like they'll tell me what their like current lockdown situation is, and I'm like, what? It's like, you guys are still like completely, at least he is. I know Canada's a big country, but at least in his region, he's like 100% lockdown. Like, there's no concerts, there's no restaurants or bars open. And here it's like, you can go anywhere. You can go to the movies. I'm going to a concert in 2 weeks. Like, we're completely opened up and back to work. But I think that might just be the American way to kind of ignore every other country.
Yeah, I kind of wish we were on that wave at this point. Like, it's 2 years. We're not really getting anywhere with these lockdowns. So I just would rather not have them personally. Yeah. But anyway,
it's a crazy situation. Unfortunately, everyone gets pissed on both sides. So no matter what you say, someone's mad at you if you're you're for them or against them. But it's a valid point. Us Americans don't pay too much attention about Canada, even though we should, because it's like right there, you know.
I know. It's funny. So because I heard you guys were getting like $900 a month or something, right?
No, we got like after 6 months we got $900, and then like a year later we got another $700. But it was like if you made too much money, you got nothing. So it was yeah, and it was based off the previous year's tax return too. So it was like I think I got $700 or $800 after like the first 6 months, and then that's all I got. I never got anything more.
Yeah, there was a cap for us too. Like you had to qualify for it within a certain amount, but I'm assuming it was a lot more lenient and than the US. Like you had to have worked a job too. Like you can't have been like on EI already basically and then claim 2000. So anyone who like lost their job or was self-employed already, could claim it. So I was starting my self-employment with YouTube stuff and so anyway, leading back to where I was at with that story, just so we don't get too off track, I saved for like 2 or 3 months, and I was using a MacBook Pro that I needed for school because they made you use a Mac. Like you needed to have a Mac because I mean, design industry standard is like Mac stuff, but it was like they wouldn't accept you in the course, I don't think, like unless you told them you had a Mac. So I was like, all right. So my parents bought me one, which was nice, and I was using it. I really loved it actually. I'm not an Apple user or like fan, but I really loved the laptop. And so I was doing everything on that. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to spend all of my savings on a PC setup right now. So I spent every last cent that I had in my savings on it. 3 days later, after building my PC, laptop screen breaks. And I go to get a quote on the fix. It's going to cost more than a brand new laptop. So I just sold it for parts, a couple $100. So now I got $200 in savings and I'm waiting on another 2,000 check. And I've got this brand new PC setup. And I'm like, perfect. Like I've had stuff like that happen my whole life, but this was just another one, like where I just like blessed timing by accident. So that was like one of the best decisions I ever made. I started editing again, which was nice. And yeah, from there I just made a bunch of YouTube videos.
Nice. Damn. That was a roller coaster of a story. We went from computers parts to stimulus checks all the way back to pushing out YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So you've like one thing I'm wondering about your channel, because like what you're doing with your channel, you're kind of a multi-topic channel. Everything's around you. I think you've done a good job about keeping things like you're talking about some music production, but you're also talking about some music marketing-y business stuff, which is something that I tried briefly in like early 2020. I started covering music marketing and I was still doing music production, and I was like, okay, I'm going to split my channel half and half, music production, music marketing. What happened was every time I dropped a music production video after those first music marketing ones, they just did horrible.
Right.
So I just slowly transitioned into doing only the music marketing thing. But you kind of blend these two different things and it seems like they do relatively well. Like it seems like some of your topics do much better than others, but like relatively consistent. Have you found any struggles and trials and tribulations of being kind of having multiple niches on YouTube?
Yeah, definitely. Because when I started doing more and more videos, I was like, I need stuff to post like twice a week, right? Because I wanted to keep up with that traction.
Yeah.
So I did like just whatever music related things I could think of. So I wanted to try like different series and just like figure out what worked. Luckily for you, you're looking at a great filtered version that I literally fixed up mid-December. Like I took down a lot of videos that didn't perform well. And I took down ones that didn't fit this sort of like thing that I'm going for. So pretty much at this point, it's like how to market your music or how to make your music better. And that's pretty much like all I'm doing, with the odd reaction video in there because I have live streams. People really like them. Patrick CC is the homie, and like I'm doing stuff for like his stuff, like for whenever he drops, I try to do like reactions and stuff like that. So
he's a cool dude. I was doing the live stream with him was fun. And he's doing really well on YouTube and in the music stuff. Like he hit like 1 million streams in his first month of being a music artist, which is kind of like congrats to him. But like I'm sure every artist is like, man, I've been making music for 10 years and this YouTuber comes around and drops an album and gets 1 million in his first month. But he's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. No, I like Pat. Pat's dope. I was there watching the interview too. I thought it was really interesting. I always like to hear what Pat has to say. Like he seems like he's got like the right amount of like mysteriousness to him. Like I just don't know enough, but I like want to. So
I've gotten some comments from on that interview. Like he's got some haters. It seems like because like someone hopped in my comments for that interview with him and was like, I don't know what it is, but he just looks like slimy or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. He's a pretty chill guy, and he's coming on here sharing his knowledge for free on YouTube. Like, and there's a couple people coming in and hating on him, and I'm just like, I guess it comes with the territory because he is a pretty big audience. You know, you're gonna gain some haters. He probably like made fun of the wrong rapper or something, and their biggest fan is offended.
probably something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, back to what I was saying is I was trying to do like, you know who Hive Mind are?
No, I don't think so.
So they're a pretty big channel on YouTube. I think they got like 150K subs now or something. And they do like fun music related stuff. So they do like guessing the rapper by the type beat, guessing the rapper by the cartoon pun was their biggest series, and it was super cool. Thumbnails are beautiful. They're very funny. Like they're very funny guys to watch.
These thumbnails are really popping.
Yeah, I know. They're pretty much like the Rhett and Link of music.
I love me some Rhett and Link.
Yeah, so they're doing really well for themselves, and I started trying to do a bit of that content when they were like first starting, like not first starting I guess, but they had like 50K subs, and I was like, yo, this is getting traction. So I tried doing some of those. Didn't do so well. I tried doing like I made videos on how to use Repost Exchange, and those did well, like how to use them. But then I tried doing like funny reaction videos where I'd like, you know, either find some good songs or like you know, harp on some bad ones or whatever, just for fun. Like I always kept it lighthearted, of course, but I tried to do some like entertaining stuff. Never really did that well. A few people loved them that were like my core fans, but like the majority of the time it just really didn't work. And I had a lot of those videos and they just didn't perform well. So I found like my drops weren't doing so hot. So I decided recently to like filter them out and just like keep it to a minimum style and minimum uploads. And then I also found my YouTube live streams doing them so consistently, which I was doing them for two times a week for a while. And it was really destroying my traction. Like my streams would get a lot of push, and I would get like 30, I don't know, like a couple hundred unique viewers, but not like concurrent. Just like it would tell me the stats, and those were getting pushed, but my videos really weren't. They were getting like 100 to 200 views, and I was like, this is not good for having like 5K plus subs or whatever. And the videos before were doing really well. So that's recently why I switched to doing Twitch streams. Community is 10 times better, and the discovery for listening to your music streams. Sorry, my cat's jumping on me.
Whoa, that cat's so dark. I didn't even see him in the shadows.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You might see his little beady eyes.
It looked like you were just grabbing like a shadow.
Yeah, so anyway, so where was I? Where did I leave off?
You're talking about you switched to Twitch, something about discoverability.
Right. So the listening to your music streams on Twitch are fantastic. So I switched over to that. It's been 10 times better, and it seems like my videos are already performing better. Like I have videos from a couple months ago that have less than 500 views, and then one I dropped like 3 days ago has over 500 already. And it's like kind of an unconventional one. So
your hypothesis about that is that something about streaming on YouTube was messing with like the video performance.
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't
Patrick had that same theory too, so I kind of followed suit with that. His stuff's doing better now too, and he told me that was like a big switch, and it's working. So
because like I've tried to learn a lot about YouTube. Like I watch a lot of YouTube channels, like people who teach core YouTube stuff, and I've taken a lot of courses from like video creators with Tim Schmoyer, and like I've asked him like, hey, how does this affect this? And for the most part, it sounds like no, at least not officially. But like, I'm wondering, just hearing you say that, I've heard other people that purposely stream over on Twitch because they think it has something to do with performance. But I've been thinking about, like, I like keeping everything on YouTube, but I've been thinking about using Restream and dual streaming over to Twitch. I don't know if you ever heard of Restream.
Yeah, I tried it for a bit. It was very unstable for me, and I just did not like it at all. And there's a huge delay. So
really? Okay.
Yeah, like the ultra low delay was like 6+ seconds every time, and if my internet bugged, it was like a really bad reboot. So I just like quit pretty much instantly.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I'll probably still try it because I have like gigabit up and down. But
Nice.
yeah, that's a perk of living in a Massachusetts. We got good internet here compared to a lot of the other states. But if the delay is really bad, I guess that wouldn't really matter for me too much. I guess it's nice. It is nice be able to have some kind of chat with your live chat. And if it's for extra, like it's already kind of confusing sometimes because I'll answer someone's question and then they'll reply and then they'll already be like, like I'll already be on a completely different topic when I look back. So if it's 6 seconds instead of like 2, that is kind of bad.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the chat
if you
says
sit there and sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say someone in the chat says show cat.
He's gone now. I can't show him. Sorry.
He's just grab him next time he comes around. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say the delay. Like if you sat there and counted out like 10 seconds, like that's a weird length between a conversation, right? Like you can't sit there and converse with people with 10 seconds in between. So it's like the time it takes them to get what you say and then type it out and then send it back, it's like 10 seconds, right? So it's like it's really crummy and slow. So Twitch, I think it's like pretty much instant. It's like 1 second on ultra low for me. So it's like nice. Like I really like it.
Oh, I might have to try a Twitch thing. That's interesting. I've heard a lot of people's streamers leaving Twitch to go to YouTube. Obviously,
I know.
They're being offered millions of dollars, but But it's I know a few other people who stream on Twitch, and I think do you do like for money? Like you take like do subs and donations or anything like that?
So I have the subs, which gets you like a skip the line. Like the majority of my streams are like listening to your music streams. Sundays I do different ones like mixing your music and stuff like that. But I do take subs on there. I'm affiliated, not really like just because I'm a DistroKid member. Like DistroKid has this thing where you can like be affiliate on Twitch like instantly, which is cool. So I got affiliated through that. I'm
also on DistroKid, so I'll have to. It's good to know.
Nice. Yeah, they're my big sponsor. They're the bread and butter, which is what kind of keeps me in this, which is dope. We can talk about that in a bit, but so I'm affiliated there. I do like $5 tips for Skip the Line as well now too. And so like that's pretty much how I get the extra revenue there, which is nice.
Does Twitch take 30% of every super chat like YouTube does?
They don't have super chat. They have cheering, which is like bits.
So how do you do the tip? Do you do like a third party thing?
So I use Stream Elements now. After that whole like Streamlabs whole controversy, I just like switched over, and so like I use the tip page for $5 skips there. But if you subscribe to my channel too, like if you become a sub, it also counts as a skip. I don't make the $5 on that, but it's just nice to have like a bunch of subs. Like it'd be cool. You get like all the emotes. It like just brings you a part of the community, and it still supports me. And as affiliate, you only get 50%. I think as a partner, you get $3, not 2.5. I don't know.
Oh, so it's actually they take you even bigger cut compared to YouTube. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crappy there. But
no wonder why Twitch is kind of dying.
It depends. I guess there's pros and cons because it's like if I'm doing the listening to your music streams, like I feel like Twitch is like so far infinitely better. If I was like a Valorant streamer, like playing games, you get no discoverability. The algorithm isn't great for pushing people unless you've like already got like viewers consistently. You have to use other social media. If you want to do listening to your music streams right now and you have 0 followers, you can go on, set up something, and you can be like having 1,000. I guarantee you could have 1,000 followers on Twitch in 2 months.
Really? Wow.
I'm willing to bet that. I'm like almost willing to guarantee that. Like if you were to want to do those type of streams, Twitch is like insane for search results. It's crazy.
Wow. I'll give it a try. I mean, in 2020, every Monday I did Music Review Monday, like almost every week. And then 2021, I just stopped doing it entirely, and I'm trying to bring it back this year. So I've done one this year, and I'll probably try to do it every other week. So maybe I'll give Twitch a push. I'll take your word for it and give it the old college try.
Make sure you're using the keywords though, like listening to your music. I do listening to your music bracket feedback/reactions, because I mean everyone looks up reaction feedback, music feedback, and like I get all of that with the one title. So it's like on YouTube, I don't think that matters so much. I think it mostly is based off of like sure, if like I do a listening to your music stream, I could name it like reacting to music, and it would push it out to the people that are like either your subscribers or like interested in the same type of audience. I think that's more of how it goes. But for the discoverability on Twitch, it's like direct search terms.
Yeah, with YouTube, it used to be all keyword based, and now it's like there's still kind of keywords, but like there's an example I saw before of like you could type in how to draw a cute puppy on YouTube to like learn how to draw like a cute dog, and when you searched it, the top search result was actually how to draw a kitten. And the reason for that was the kitten kind of looked like a dog in the thumbnail. And so the reasoning behind why that came up is because a lot of children who were searching how to draw a cute puppy would see this cute kitten and click on it more often. So the keyword just got completely overridden by the like algorithmic collaborative filtering element of YouTube. And so like the name of the game on YouTube is like get the right people to click your thumbnail, read your title, and then when they land in the video, watch the whole video. And that's like the whole name of the game. The title kind of matters in terms of keywords, but for the most part, like if people click on it and watch it, that's like the only thing that matters. Whereas it sounds like Twitch, because Spotify is the same way. Like that's probably how your playlists are getting traction. People are searching for Discover Weekly because they're stupid and they're not looking in the right place. And then so they see yours for whatever reason. Like there's probably you and a few other people, but they see yours. They like the thumbnail better. They click it and they follow it. Because I've had playlists grow a couple thousand followers just randomly. Like I made one singer-songwriters that make you feel, and it gained like 1,000 people in like 6 months organically. But so Spotify, straight up keyword match it seems, and it sounds like Twitch is probably lazy too. YouTube is very much into the algorithmic stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Well, one other thing that I really like is that if you go on Twitch at pretty much any moment of the day and search listening to your music feedback, reactions, you can almost always find somebody. On YouTube, never. I pretty much just had to rely on either knowing who they are and what their schedule is, or like getting one recommended to me. And there was probably like 10 that I could find. Like Valius does them. Patrick was doing them for a while. And Next Up, like the one who came into the chat earlier, does them weekly. Like just a few people that I know of, but it was like if I searched, it was like you never really find too many videos. If they were, it was like deliberately a video, like they made it a video and it wasn't a past live stream. And so it was like, damn, like if people are looking for this like on Twitch like so constantly, it's probably better to be there. And so
how many concurrent viewers do you have when you do your music review streams?
When I was doing them on YouTube, I was sitting around like probably 20 to 30 like concurrent, like on average. I switched over to Twitch. I know. Nice. And over on Twitch, I'd say like right now, after less than a month of being there, I'm sitting around the same amount, if not more. Like I've been getting peaks throughout my streams of like 50. Okay. And so it's doing really well for the push of that type of stream, which is really nice. And they stick around longer. There was a point where I was getting like a fair bit of boosts, like algorithm was just trying me out, I guess. And like on YouTube, and it would be like, I got one day to like 90 and it was like, whoa, like 90 people are in here. And then it dropped down to 45 in like 2 minutes. And then I got another boost up to like 70 and then it dropped down to 30 and it was like 30 for the rest. And sure, like that, it's great, but it's like no one sticks around. When I get like these boosts on Twitch, though, it's like these people know I think they're coming for the stream. They're going on a streaming platform. They're there to watch streams, and so they go in, they watch, and they actually sit there, which is nice. Like they actually watch the stream or lurk, and like that's a pretty common thing. And so I found the community in Twitch is 10 times better. And so like, you know, everyone who understands like marketing and stuff, like it's easier to farm than it is to hunt. And so when you've got a great community of people that want to lock in, it's like, it's great. Like it's just so consistent. So
yeah, well, that's pretty neat. That makes sense. You know, it is easier to farm than it is to hunt. I guess like the benefit of doing it on a YouTube channel is like if you have an audience there, then it's gonna be more likely that like if they're not in your mailing list, if they're not, you know, if you don't have another way to notify them that you're live on Twitch, they have no way to know even though you're going live. Whereas on YouTube, they might passively find it. But then again, you could just announce the fact that you're streaming on Twitch at a certain date in every video description, and that would probably solve that issue. I
mean, yeah, I do that. Plus some of my top videos that like I promote my stream in are still like going, and they've got my like schedules in them. I have a Discord community, and like Twitch is pretty standard for Discord. So almost like I was doing them through Twitter because that was standard for YouTube submissions. Like people were retweeting a tweet and replying. But on Twitch, it's like everyone wants to join a Discord. So I made a Discord, and I've got like almost like 600 members in there, which is nice. And so, you know, they can just get the notification because I have an auto thing whenever I go live. I just post it into the Discord. And then it's like a notification to everyone who has Discord on. So if they're on their phone or on their desktop, it'll get them there. They also have the Twitch notifications potentially. Then I post on my Instagram and I tweet out that I'm live. So it's like, it's great cross promotion in every direction.
For sure. And for everyone that's watching that doesn't want to become a YouTuber, all of this stuff can apply to just like regular music. Like if a lot of music artists go live, and I'd like just replace all this stuff here that we're saying for like the more YouTuber-y stuff with like, you know, instead of a music review stream, do like a music performance stream, do like a music mixing stream, and then like you can still have a Discord and chat with all your people and funnel them over between your Twitch stream. And yeah, like people ask me every time I talk about YouTube, some people are like, I don't want to be a YouTuber, I don't want to be an education channel, but like it's kind of the same thing. Like everything that you just said that you do, if you didn't do a single education video, you could still do it and to grow your channel.
No, agreed. It's just about providing value and getting to the people that value that thing that you're doing. Like that's really it.
Yeah. Tricky part is finding the right people.
Exactly. Here, can I quickly just grab a jug of water?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. All right, everyone. I'm gonna read through the chat a little bit while it's just me. Hold on, I'm reading my mouse here.
Okay.
Let's see. Josh Day TV, Bromo Sapiens. That's a fun word, dude.
Word. Nice.
Pete John, Studio Live today. Hey there, Andrew. Was recommended your videos by a member of our community. Enjoying your info. The DistroKid Fast Track for YouTube Artist Channel and Twitch Affiliate is a cool feature. Yeah, I didn't even know about Twitch Affiliate until no one here told me about it. YouTube Artist Channel thing. Cool thing. If any of you don't have a YouTube official artist channel, if you own any channel is a YouTube partner, you can just make yourself the admin of the other channel you want to be a music channel and make it an official artist channel. So, because my YouTube channel is obviously YouTube partner program, but my music channels are not partner program. But I was still able to make them official artists because of this channel. So that's kind of like a workaround. And technically, if a friend of mine wanted to be official artist channel, they could make me an admin of their channel, and then I could request it for them and then give it back.
Interesting. Because the way I got mine was through the DistroKid feature that you can like I don't know if you know that they have that. You can like become an official artist through DistroKid by like claiming your channel. So like they originally like distributed it to a topic channel. Yeah. But then they have this feature where you just like log into a channel that you have, as long as you have a song or a couple songs out, and then they'll move your music over there, stop posting on a topic channel, and that's what mine is. Mine is an artist channel, but I also get the normal YouTube like. Before
I had my official artist channel, that was not a thing. I did not know that it was that easy now. That's dope. So yeah, ignore everything I just said and do what he just said.
It's cool too, because I went through their process of like trying to apply for it. Took like 2 months to get like really anything back in like Word, and nothing happened. They said they would do it, and they just never did. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wait 2 months for this. So then I literally was just looking through DistroKid features one day, and I found that, and I was like, yo, Word, and I did it, and it got me the channel in like one day, and I was like, cool. So I made a video on that, and it's doing pretty well as well.
Yeah, I can see why, because that's a common thing. I love DistroKid. They get a lot of hate online. And then every time I say I love them, some people accuse me of being like a shill for DistroKid or whatever because I have an affiliate link. But like, I pay for their service and genuinely love it. Like, it breaks my heart a little when I see people paying like $1,000 a year for TuneCore.
Oh my God, I used to be on TuneCore, man. That is that's such a pathetic motto, in my opinion.
What, their payment structure?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate that. You can't be independent for that.
You pay upfront and you pay yearly on every release independently. And it's just like, I don't know. I pay a lot on DistroKid because I have like a label plan, but I only pay like $150 a year for 10 artist slots, unlimited music on all 10.
Right.
And where on TuneCore, I'd be paying like $1,000 a year. I think I did the math, and it was actually like hundreds, like it was like almost $1,000 a year. And CD Baby's not much better. But yeah, little DistroKid plug. Use my affiliate link in the description for 7% off.